Welcome students, welcome to our new IT class. In the previous classes, we were discussing about internet and after that, convergence of technologies and convergence of technology and how this helps in our day-to-day life, everything. And yesterday, we have seen some examples for convergence of technology like email, text messages, that is SMS, and blogging, all those stuffs. And today, we are going to the basics. Again, we are going to the basics. We have to brush up with the basics in order to get into the, real topic. Otherwise, we wouldn't get any idea about anything. So, what is a computer and computers' main parts? That's what we're going to discuss today. So, what is a computer? How this thing is made of? We've got a computer where it got so many things like if it is a laptop, it comes in a one package, which is we can hold it in our hand, we can carry it along with us wherever we go. But whereas in the case of computer, we've got CPU and what else? A screen, a keyboard, mouse, UPS. What is UPS? What is the full form of UPS? Uninterrupted power supply. Uninterrupted power supply, that is UPS. So that is all about computer and the main parts of the computer. But in information technology, the computer itself divided into some parts. So we are going to talk about that. They are hardware, software, data, information. Hardware. So first thing is hardware. What is hardware? And can you give me some examples for hardware? It's so basic things. It's not rocket science. You can easily find the answer. I'm asking, can you give me some examples for hardware? Like, the keyboard itself is a hardware, mouse, joystick, printer, or whatever we can touch and feel is a hardware. Whatever we can touch and feel is hardware. Whereas in the case of softwares, give me some examples for software. The India government banned some apps like Chinese apps. So that's apps, application. That is software. So can you give me some examples for software then? UC browser, TikTok, and all those stuff is applications, which is software. So we call it application when it comes to mobile phone because the platform is different from the PC, personal computer. Because in mobile phone or in smartphone, we use Android phones and iOS phones. So in Android phones, all the applications or the softwares are basically known as applications. Applications. That's what they known as. And in computer PC in which Windows is the operating system, in which Windows is the operating system, they are called programs or softwares. So that's what the little bit confusion thing about these things, because the platform is different. In mobile phone, we've got Android or iOS. Apple phones got iOS, Apple, operating system. And same as the thing about Apple PC. We won't say PC, it's Macintosh, Mac computers, Mac. Macintosh is the full form. So we can say Apple phones as iPhones and Apple computers as Mac PC, Mac. That is Macintosh. So these are all the things that comes under programs or softwares. Hope you know that, and I don't have to give so many detail about that because you've been using mobile phones since the COVID-19 started. And so that's all about hardware and software. So now get into the data and information section. Data and information section. So what is data and what is information? What is the main difference between data and information? Information. What is information? Information is raw facts and figures that is not processed. Raw facts and figures which isn't processed. So some things we won't be able to understand, but it's information. It can understandable by the computer, and it can process it, and it can transform that useful information into data, and then we can analyze the data. So that's the difference between information and data. So information is nothing but unprocessed raw figures and factors. And whereas in the case of data, the processed information is known as data. Anything and everything which is processed is known as data. For example, the .jpg format, you know what kind of file it represents. .jpg or jpeg. That's image file. And what about .pdf, .mp3, .mp4? It's all data. It's all different kinds of file. Audio file, image file, video file. But if we've got everything in a pen drive, we can say it as we've got some data inside the pen drive. We don't have to say like I've got 10 video files, 2 audio files, and 3 image files. We don't have to say like that. We can say that I have some data, and data, it's just data, not datas. Data itself is a plural too. Data, not datas. You don't have to use anywhere as datas, only data. And now coming to the functioning of a computer. Functioning of a computer. So before that, how do we function? How this human system works, or how do you function? When your mother asks you to go and get some rice from the shop, what do? You'll ask for money, you'll ask some money, and after that, you'll get the sanji, and then you'll start walking. You have a bicycle, you can rely upon that. So, first, you have to take that order or instruction, and then you analyze it. Oh, so mommy said I have to go to the shop and get some rice. So your mommy will be saying 10 kilo or 5 kilos, something like that. So you have to memorize that amount which she said. Then you will memorize it. Then that the reflex action. Oh, for getting the rice from the shopkeeper, you have to pay him some money. So since you ain't got no money, you have to ask your mother for money. So you will ask, mother, money. And she will give you, and then you have to carry this rice in some bags or something. So you have to get some sanji. So you'll ask, Mama, sanji. Then she will give you sanji. And then you're going. And then you'll give the money to the shopkeeper after he give you the rice. And then the transaction is completed, and then you go back home. This is how you perform. So this is exactly the way the computer works too, because we have to give some orders or instructions to the computer, and the computer will analyze those instructions and perform according to that. This is how the computer also works. So computer can't understand our language. So we have to give some give some orders or instructions to the computer in a way which computer can understand it. So we use input devices like keyboard, mouse, microphones, etc. And the computer will get all the informations that we have given to the computer, or the instructions that we have given to the computer through input devices, and then computer will process all those information, and it will give you the output, which is the result. through output devices. Like when we type something, when we type a novel, and we need to take the printout. First, we use the keyboard for typing it, and the computer will process it. Like we can change the color, we can change the size, appearance, everything. And after the process happening, we can take the printout. We'll just click on the print, and the computer will give you the printout. Okay, all you have to do is connect the printer to the computer, otherwise it won't give you. So this is how the computer works. Hope you got all the points that we have discussed today. So that's it.